Hello and welcome to this video tutorial. Now in this video tutorial we're going to be looking at the feature called the AI Storybook Studio. Now within this feature there's going to be two features that are currently under beta testing, so you can have access to these two sub features within the main feature of AI Storybook Studio, so you can expect this to be even more further fine-tuned and refined. Now in order to locate this particular feature when you're starting for the first time, when you select dashboard, select create design and then select the fast AI image designer. Once you select the fast AI image designer, you will see on the header tab there the AI Storybook Studio. Now under step 1 you can transform your child into the lead character. Okay, so if you have an image opposed to when we went through the design agents, sometimes you couldn't use realistic human photos essentially within that. However, you can use human realistic photos or your own photos of your child using this feature. So within this subcategory, under step 1 there's going to be two features. One's going to be idea to storybook, and I'm going to show you what that looks like. So one of them is then just all you would have to do is provide an idea, and an image, and second is going to be script to storybook. So how would that look? So when we select idea to storybook, you're going to have two options. One's going to be create new story, starting with a blank canvas, and one's going to be your stories. Now let's assume you're doing this for the first time. We're going to go ahead and select create new story. Okay, so essentially when we're looking at this particular feature, all you're really providing is a reference photo. If you want, that's completely up to you. You don't have to. You can actually select a character source as an AI generated character, so you can allow Artistly to actually generate the image for you. The only fields that you are essentially inputting is the story details, where it's going to ask you to provide a story idea. Now if you have maybe an idea of a story that you would like to create, then obviously you can come and you will select and input it here. Now you can use other apps like ChatGPT to generate stories, etc., and that can even come up with a story idea based on category, niche, or the industry that you're looking to create the book around. Now for this particular example, or within this tutorial, I'm going to go to choose from library, and I should have a character here. Now with this particular character, the moment I've entered this character, let me show you that again. The moment I entered it, I don't know if you saw that, but we have a brand new field that then popped out. Now that field, or the information now, is photo details. So in terms of photo details, it is now going to ask you to specify the style of photo it is. Is it a human style or a cartoon style? So you've got two to choose from. For this one it's going to be cartoon style, but here you can see you can actually make it a human style, and then by doing it or selecting the human style, you'll see there'll be additional information that you can provide, i.e. the child's name, the child in the reference photo if you're using your own child, and also the costume or the clothing direction. So as an example, blue sweater on top, beige trousers, black lace boots, and red knit hat, etc. Now for this one, the moment I select cartoon, I don't need to enter that, it's already there. So in terms of the story details, coming up with a story idea, so I've actually got a nice little idea that I've kind of created already. I'm going to go ahead and paste that in there. And the story idea is: a child discovers a hidden door in their garden that opens at night. With courage and curiosity, they step through and enter a magical world where animals talk, flowers glow, and adventures await. The child becomes the hero of the garden, helping new friends, and learning that kindness unlocks even greater magic. So the title of this, first of all, let's go for the story type. So this kind of story type, it's going to be non-fiction. Let's have a look. Mystery, fantasy, fairy tale. Let's go for fairy tale. A number of pages, let's go for a nice little number of 5. Dimensions, I'm going to stick at 5 by 4. And I don't know if you can see, well, you can see this, but there is an additional checkbox here. It's called book details. Now under this, you will see in brackets it's going to say optional, so you don't have to provide it. However, if you want to make this as clean as possible and professional looking, then yes, you can enter a book title. So for this book title, we're going to go ahead and enter The Secret Garden Door and the book author. Let's go for John, or John. Let's go for John Doe. Okay, and that's it. Those are the only fields that you need to enter. Now, like just to kind of reiterate, if you don't have a reference photo and you just want to generate books using the Artistly itself, using AI generated characters, you can do so. But even this reference photo, it was easily generated within Artistly, so you could have a prompt and you could generate that all within Artistly itself. So it is very flexible in creating those images. Okay, so once I've done that, I'm going to go ahead and select generate. Now, the moment we do that, then it is now going to be processed, and as you can see, it is currently loading. So what we're going to do, we're going to allow it a few moments to process, and then we shall return. Okay, so now we're in the personal design section. We can see this is our reference photo, and we had 5 pages in total. So accompanied with the text, it will be 5 pages of text. And then we'll have 5 images to reflect the story. So we've got those beautiful graphics there. Now, the moment you've done this, in order to put this together, as you're probably fully aware now, if you go to My Flipbooks, select Create New. Select Create Flipbook, and make sure when you do select Create Flipbook, you'll probably see that those images aren't here. The reason being, we must make sure we select the correct tab. Okay, so just here at the top you can see AI Image Designer, Consistent Character Storybook, and this is the one we want, the AI Storybook Studio. So whether we're going to be creating using the story idea ability or script to story, we need to make sure we have activated or selected this particular button. Okay, once we've done that, Create Flipbook, you can see the checkboxes have appeared, as you would imagine. Once we select that, you can see all 5 that are related to this particular story have now been also selected. Once we do that, we select Create Flipbook, and you can see we have the title already there. We can select a voice, we can select a template, upload your own, or generate one. Okay, so browse built-in. I'm just going to keep this nice and simple, keep it blank. Front cover. Okay, we have a beautiful front cover already that has been created. If you want, you can actually create a back cover if you want as well, but we're going to keep this nice and simple. Once you do these, just a couple of steps, we select Generate Flipbook. Now, once that's done, you can see it is now going to be in progress. Okay, so while that's now being created, let's head over back to the AI Storybook Studio. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to look at Script to Storybook. Okay, so we're going to go select Script to Storybook, and we're going to select Create New Story, and it will be very similar to Idea to Storybook. The only difference is you can actually enter your story script. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to go to Choose the Library, and we can actually add that reference photo again. And this one, let's just keep it as cartoon style, and I need a script. Okay, so for the script, do I have one ready? Yes, I do. What we're going to do, we're just going to bring that across, and there we go. There's a nice script in there, and this one is called, yes, this one will be similar to The Secret Garden Door. Before, it was an idea, but this is an actual script that has been built out for the same story. Okay, dimensions, going to keep it similar, 5x4. Book details, we can actually put that in there, that's not a problem. There we go. Okay, and everything more or less has been done. We're going to select Generate. So while that's off and generating, you'll see we're also in the process of creating the flipbook for idea, okay, to storybook. So we'll give that a few moments and it'll redirect us to the personal design section, and we'll go through the same motions as we did for the idea to storybook, as now we're working on the script to story ability. So we'll give that a few moments and we shall return. Okay, so we can see from the last section here, these are the new images for the secret garden door. And there's the beautiful book there. The name obviously left blank, so it's actually going to generate us a name there, and things like that. If you do create a name and you want to remove it or you want to make edits, don't just remember you can always go to the design agents. Let me just double check. Design assistants. Let's have a look. Okay, we're looking for the editor. Yes, I was right. Okay, so I've missed it. So if you go to the AI design assistants, you can always go to the photo editor, choose a cover if you want to remove any text and just put it in there, and the AI will remove any text, or if you want to change it, etc., etc. You can always do that. So if I come back to the personal design section, we can see this beautiful book has now been created using the second sub feature within the AI Storybook Studio, where we actually used our own script to storybook. Okay, so if I now return to my flipbooks, you can see the secret garden there. Okay, let's have a look. But before we do that, let's go ahead and create new. Creating new, we need to go to the AI Storybook Studio, and we need to create flipbook. You can see these have all been now selected. Not yet, they're not selected, but the moment we selected create flipbook, you can see they're now highlighted and the check box has now appeared. So I'm going to go ahead and select the very first one, and any linking images will also be selected. And you can see it's got quite a few images that have been created because of the length of the script. Okay, so you can imagine the longer the script, the more images that will be created. So I'm going to go ahead and select create flipbook. It will be the same process, going through, choose my cover, and hey presto, generate flipbook. That's it. Okay, so if I go to the very first one, this was the story idea. You see, and here we have visuals with the text, and there is sounds as well. Okay, so we have all of that great stuff there. Remember, you can use cartoon style images or human photos. If you want to put your own child in there, then obviously you can. You can put a human photo in there and have those human realistic photos. So you can make your own subject, the hero of their own story. Alternatively, if you wanted to get a human photo and then convert it or stylize it into a illustration, then you can also do that. So here we have the second PDF that has now been created. This was script to story. So if I'm going to go ahead and select read, let's have a look. Okay, so One Summer Evening, yep, fantastic. And remember, this was even the script or the story was being ChatGPT, so it takes no effort at all. You can spend a bit more time and actually really develop the stories out. You can actually put more effort and really make them, you could technically have a character, make a series of books within the theme. Okay, and there we have it. It's a beautiful story that links in with the text, so the AI will essentially generate that text as well. And remember, you can create different characters as part of your story, and here's some other ones as well. Okay, so returning back to this tutorial, we looked at the AI Storybook Studio, where within this tutorial, or within the feature of the AI Storybook Studio, we looked at two features essentially that are under a beta at the moment. So they are brand newly rolled out. I don't know if that's a word, but they are literally new, and they have been rolled out. And essentially, beta just means that it is in a beta testing. Essentially, it's a tool that's completely brand new. It's out there. We will be refining it, making it even better. So you'll see huge improvements over time. And as you know, if there's anything that you would like, any more suggestions or anything we can improve, then obviously please kindly add it to the official roadmap for Artistly. Because as you know, we're on version 6 and we're continuously improving it, and some of those improvements or those features actually come from just suggestions from our users. So it's really important. We love to get feedback and to make this the best it possibly can. So hopefully you've enjoyed this short tutorial, and I shall see you in another video.